Sure.
Let's run this.
Let's run this.
It's just like we always talk about where's your fuel tank or where's your love tank.
Where's your love tank? What Nigerians cause.
Somebody calls you now in video call, you don't answer. You know, you switch to voice.
Emeka is around.
Voice call.
How important is communication?
Actually, guys, I don't know if you guys can relate to this. It's like sometimes you just don't want to talk. You just want to be on your own. Just want to watch TV and play game.
Is that what life is about? PS5? Hey, Axel on camera. Today I have a special guest in the studio. Yeah, oh my god, he's an actual Odogu. That's his actual name.
Please, I beg you. Don't put me into trouble, please.
This is Gideon, my husband of 3 months.
Madu.
Is it? I think. Maybe.
We'll fact check that.
Yeah, exactly. And I posted a video last week talking about, or the thumbnail was about our long distance relationship, because we were long distance for 5 years before we got married. So today.
That was 6. Okay, sorry. Continue.
No, 6. We were already married at the 6th year mark. When did we get married?
This year now.
So
how it started, 2017, right?
Yeah, 2017. So we were married.
So you were 6 years. Correct. Continue.
You want to take over the show?
Okay, so today we're talking about tips on how we made it, but not like a typical video of us just telling you. We're going to be answering questions that are typically asked to long distance couples. Radu.
Okay, so before we start doing that, we want to tell you, we'll give a brief recap of how we actually met and how we started the long distance relationship.
I think you already told them how we met.
Have you told them?
I mean, the same thing now.
Let's say from your perspective.
My own perspective, I was chasing you now.
Call me second.
Why do I have to be the center of attention?
No, I want the outer frame. That's why.
It was one Sunday morning. Typically, I'm usually the only guy on campus that is awake, going to Sunday mass. So, this fateful Sunday, God sent me a damsel.
Whoa!
Can you chill?
No, but I can't.
Yeah, the same thing that you said. You were right in front of me. I just saw you in front of me, and I saw the way you were dressed. So I just know, say, this one is Nigerian for sure. Yeah. So, I had boldness to run. I won't say how far because I was sure that you're Nigerian to that extent. The headscarf, everything. You had scarf, I think.
I had scarf. No, this. I'm gonna astray. Yeah.
So it was easy to strike up a conversation, and that day I was just feeling bold because typically I'm not like that.
Something came upon you. I love it. Okay. So then
that was it.
Then how did we start the long distance?
The book study you recommended to them.
That's that. We're not dating then.
It's friendship now, long distance friendship. That's why they start.
So, but why were we long distance though?
Why? Conditions now.
Yeah, that's exactly. Because our long distance was more difficult because we were students, and we were international students that didn't have jobs or like well-paying jobs. Because you can only work on campus, so it's like we couldn't be doing all the exotic travel every month. It was only video calls we had.
A lot.
There was a time that we went 2 years without seeing the other person, like 2 full years. I didn't lay physical eyes on him, so it was very difficult.
True. That's true. But my own mind was immigration, man.
Now you said girls and guys first, when you're like, let's focus on being stable. I'm like, I don't see you as often, But yeah, that also increased the pressure because as international students, you're concerned about your immigration. Like, am I even going to be here to even continue this long distance? Is this long distance about to become continental long distance? So, yeah. All right. How important is communication?
I think communication is the basic foundation. But first of all,
Hey, feel am now.
well, first of all, I think it's your faith. Above all.
What do you mean? I didn't prepare for this.
Your faith as a Christian. You have to have a reason why you're in the relationship. It has to be something for like a long term. So you have a different mentality. If it's something that, let me just see how it goes. You might not really, because sometimes it's just difficult to communicate. Especially guys, I don't know if you guys can relate to this. It's like sometimes you just don't want to talk. You just want to be on your own. Just want to watch TV and play game.
Is that what life is about? PS5? Really?
Yeah, but sometimes when you know that you have, there's a purpose, in that relationship.
Yeah.
There's a different mindset because this is long term, this is a commitment. So it just changes your mindset towards that. And of course, God helps a lot because there's just certain times you're doing the wrong thing. And your conscience, that voice. It's like
that's when I reported you to God and he's saying that I should come and call me. That's why I like my father. Go on.
But yeah, I think communication is foundation. Certain times for you guys to talk, like evenings might work well for me. Maybe evenings do not work well for you, so you have to find a common ground.
Find the balance.
And I'm not a texter. I don't like texting. You can say how far, how you doing, how's your day, and I just have this one. It's good. I did.
That's not how it was in the beginning of this relationship. Let me just put that out there. You used to text me quite frequently. I used to text me good texts. All of a sudden, I'm seeing one word answers. I'm like, what's this? But we digress. That's fine.
You have to find out who you. Some people are texters. They don't be texting, and But for me, it's just like I prefer like a phone call.
I think what you said about having like a common goal, like knowing why you're doing what you do, would motivate you. And in the same way, like for people who do like talking, we also have to give allowance. But we have to see that, I don't know, it's like why I was able to eventually like maybe calm down and understand where you're coming from, in the sense that you don't really feel like it, is that you showed me in other ways that this was what you wanted. So if there was some time when you didn't talk, like, okay, it's fine. I still know where his head is. I know where his heart is at. So it's like, this doesn't indicate that he's not interested. He's tired at this moment in time. What's one other tip apart from communication that you would advise that worked for us?
Say that again.
Another tip or advice apart from communication that you would advise upcoming long distance couples?
I think it's that book, 5 Love Languages,
by Gary Chapman.
Yeah, that book was very, I think it was very, very good for us to read at that time in our relationship because it's changed the perspective and the conversations we were having based on what you liked and what I liked, and how you basically how you communicated with me by actions. Because like for me, I think my love was acts of service. It's like for me, those things mean a lot. It's like shows that the other person was paying attention to what I was saying, and they understand what I need them to do. And I think when you start, speaking someone's love language, they understand that you're very intentional. And I think you just, like we always talk about, where's your fuel tank or where's your love tank? Where's your love tank?
What Nigeria's cost?
Sorry, where's your gas tank?
It's too late.
Yeah, I think for me, I think for me there was a time in the relationship where I was every time using Uber and Lyft, going from my uncle's place to where I volunteered at school, and it was during that I was really communicating. I'm using Uber, I'm using Lyft. This is eating up my money. And on my birthday, then she sent me a Lyft card. Man, that thing spoke volumes in my life. I used that thing.
Did it last sense? I didn't even know it was that.
Yeah, that was big for me because it showed that you were hearing me at that time, and you could have given me any other thing, I probably would have appreciated it. But that one was basically saying that I hear you, And I think Yeah, I think that's one effective way to show someone that you care and you're hearing them. They're not just, talking. Yeah.
And so for anyone that's, in long distance, I think that's always important because it also lets the person, like, it's almost as if you are there with the person even if you're not there. Because that your gift that's very applicable, would mean so much more to them in that moment because it's like you are there helping them. That's why I like very practical gifts for people, especially people that you really care about, so they know that they can feel you every time they enter that Uber or leave. You're like, so
Yeah.
But for me, I think another a tip I would offer it would be to, which you already said, set a schedule for your calls. Agree on a mutual time that two of you can really talk, and you agree on the cadence as well.
Yeah.
Does it have to be once a day? Does it have to be 2 times a day? Does it have to be, once a week? I don't know if you want to do that, but don't let it be quality time. It's not that when you're on the phone you're just like distracted.
Yeah.
I used to hate that. Say like, don't, if that's we're talking. Okay, that's it. That's what I want to, because because I would give it that same attention. So for girls especially, we appreciate it so much when we can see that you're giving us your attention. Right. So.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes you agree on something and
Ochoku. Well, you must interject it.
no, I mean, I was being honest. Now sometimes you might agree on the time, but it's also being flexible too.
I agree.
Yeah, you have to recognize that. Yeah, it's like sometimes it's just difficult. Maybe that day something just happened that you were not expecting, and you just cannot talk at that moment. You just want to find a place to clear your head.
Communication.
Yeah, like saying that I'm sorry I can't talk this evening, and that person understanding too, because that's on that thing too. It's like that person's like so you can't.
Really, is it that bad? Did you die? Next question. This one could that be? How often should you see your lover, partner?
I think I don't know if we're the right people to answer.
I was gonna say for this one I think it's the right answer.
Yeah.
What can your pockets do?
Yeah, I think if you're working, for sure. I mean, if
you're working,
you have a job, I mean, if you can, pay for the trip, yeah, sure. You should maybe do that maybe once a month. Yeah.
I think that's a good key.
Yeah, once a month, it's good. If you're working, it's a commitment. It's not easy though, but especially if you're living maybe in the West Coast and that person is living in the East Coast, or say in
all
the
the
South,
expenses you have to now pay for.
Yeah, but if you're working, I think it's easier. I mean,
it's doable.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you're working though, it's like you have to, and that person is working it. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult.
It's a difficult.
Yeah, because you feel your weekends are for yourself. I mean, if you guys decide to do weekends,
how would you miss the person?
Yeah,
you've not seen the person over a month.
I think there's just something about working in America compared to going to school. Like going to school is as if every day, you're busy, but I mean, you have life outside your classes.
Yeah.
When you're working here, sometimes or more.
I think it's kind of work that you are working into.
Yeah.
He's not work from home like us. So.
Yeah, it's like once you've been at work for you're going out every morning, every day. Nah, it's like some weekends you just want to just stay indoors. But yeah, you're just trying to maybe take time off work. Yeah.
Or you can fly the person in, or the other person
get flued out.
I'm sorry, what? That's not in the dictionary. So sorry. Then I flew out.
Hashtag flew out.
The follow-up question to that was that what if you can't fly, and which happened to us? And I would just say communicate that. Let the person know why you're not able to fly, so that the person doesn't start forming answers in their heads of why you don't want to come and see me. Could it be Sister Nkechi has finally made her way? So you don't start brewing doubt in the person. Like if you can't see as often, then let everybody know why. Let's all know what's on the table right now. So I think that would help you guys. Next question, which is juicy, hot and spicy.
Give it to me.
How do you deal with jealousy?
This one follow.
You follow. You follow.
How do you deal with jealousy long distance, right?
Especially if the person has like close opposite opposite genders as close friends.
More difficult to.
Oh, difficult.
Yeah, I just think you just have to believe that the person is in it for the long run. Yeah, because sometimes that you guys are in different space, right? There's just certain times you are in a place where you have maybe a friend of the opposite sex, that I will not say it's there for you, but you guys are cool. Yeah, you guys are cool, right? And as a person or as someone who is in a relationship, you have to always have your mind in the right place, because during that time too, it's very easy, to say, this person is here, that person is far away.
I'm cold at night.
I bet we're not doing that one, but yeah. But yeah, it's I think it's just
knowing that the person,
it's trusting the other person, and you yourself too, that in the relationship, that friendship, you have to set boundaries.
Key points you mentioned now. Key. You said trust and you said boundaries. How do you build trust?
How do you build trust?
Yeah,
I think
trust that will help you avoid.
Somebody calls you now in video call, you don't answer. You switch to voice.
Chukwuemeka is around.
Voice call. And sometimes you also be willing to take calls from your partner, even when you're around friends too. It shows that
yes, that they know who is the madam. Or who is your guy?
Yeah, I think that's very, very important, because your friends also help you. If you have good friends, they help to check you too. So say, we're seeing you hanging around this person. Have you forgotten you're in a relationship? So
could it be? Okay, so yeah, being vulnerable, being very open, showing accountability or something, like even if you don't have to show even if you don't have to be on a video call, either ways, and the person will gradually trust you or grow a stronger trust. But I also think that trust starts from like when you're friends, because we were friends for 2 years before we started dating. So even as a friend, I knew he was a trustworthy person, trustworthy somebody, so it wasn't hard to extend that trust to when we're dating. But if I knew you as a friend and you were like, this kind of, I've seen you do this kind of things, and it's harder to trust you, because I'm like, if you did it to them, how am I sure you don't do it to me? So I think it's important to build a trust even before you enter the relationship. Like, it's more solidified in that sense.
More pray for the person,
True.
Not be to do vigilante.
Yeah, and also what you said about boundaries. It's very important. Like, let your friends know. So you decide on the boundaries you set with friends, especially of the opposite sex, so that everybody is on guard. Because mistakes can happen. Oh, stay with me longer here. Oh, we're studying together for a long time. Oh, my mouth just brushed your cheek. Oh, things just, one thing leads to another. Like they say, now from clap dance they start. I'm wise. So
give it to them.
Hot. So yeah, boundaries are very important to set. So the last question we'll be asking is, can long distance couples ever be normal couples? Try if you go such a long time without seeing the other person, is it possible to, when you are together, like, is it weird? Like, how do you become a regular couple again? Especially if you're used to the person being away from you, now the person is always around you. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that one is hard too. Yeah, it's different when you're on the phone call and you can just hold the person here.
Just hold the person one side down.
But yeah, when the person is now in your space, then you start. You say, "What have I gotten myself into?"
Hey, I'm right here. My goodness, talk your mind. Feel free. It's how you.
Yeah, yeah. That you can't like control the person or say I can't answer call right now or things like that. You know, so
You have to deal with the person.
you learn a different way. You know, to be around the person. Yeah, and I think it takes work. Yeah, I think it takes work. And same thing, putting that same effort and being intentional too. It's like, yeah, I might not want to, be interacting with you right now. I might just be in one corner, but I have to, work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because of your. Because of how much you love the edge of the seat. We can be on the same couch. This guy will be on the 6 feet farthest away. Because we're not just used to being around ourselves too, as often as we are now. So yeah, it takes work. It takes communication. Like, because we are friends, we're able to like talk about, man, like, why are you behaving like this? Like, why are you so fiery? What's wrong with you? So communicating what you're feeling, never just carry it in your mind. But the other person is just acting this way because of this reason. Like, actually find out from them. So like, don't ever make up an answer in your head for the other person. That's the wise. Like, don't ever do that. Just ask it, because they think differently from women. Like, we both think very differently. Facts. So yeah, don't treat them as you would like your friend, your female friends, from a girl's perspective, anyways. Yeah.
Is that the questions for today?
Yeah, free. Alright, guys. If this has been helpful,
Please subscribe, like, yeah.
It says do
that down there.
Down there.
Click
My dear is finger down.
Right here. Click.
Anyways, if you have more questions that that's burning in your heart and your soul, you can comment and we'll try to answer them as the best of our ability.
It's now we.
It's we.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Bye.